Welcome back. No flying in 6.1. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Let's get into it. There was a Q&A the other day, and one of the things that was brought up was that there will be no flying in 6.1. There will be flight improvements to the flight paths, optimizations, but no flying. Now, and I will put a link in the description of other things that will be in 6.1. Blood Elves, new models coming in 6.1 as well. But, the no flying, let's talk about that. I picked this area because I have a quest that I think will prove my point about the no flying. I understand immersion and everything. I totally get that. There is a difference between being immersed in something and being annoyed. Now, in this quest, I have to use an item and then kill the target. Now, the reason why I'm just standing here right now is because there's a cooldown on the item I need to use. And I don't feel that there should be a cooldown on this item, okay? It's an artificial means to slow things down. Now, if I were the appropriate level for this area, it would take time for me to kill the mob. Ergo, no need to put a cooldown on the item, because the fighting time that it would take to kill the mob would be enough to satisfy this cooldown that's on here. Now that I'm a higher level, all I want to do is go from mob to mob. I want to get this quest done. But I'm standing here wasting my time because there's a cooldown, an unnecessary cooldown on an item. A long one. Because as you can see here, I'm just standing around doing nothing. Now let's apply that to flying in Draenor. I understand why they didn't put flying in Draenor, because they wanted to make sure that people enjoyed the content and explore the new worlds, the new zone, because they took a lot of time into creating it. I totally get that. I support that. But there comes a time when it gets to the point where not being able to do things efficiently and effectively becomes annoying. And once you've gone through the zones to the point that you want to, let's say you leveled up one toon to 100, you're working on your second, do you really want to go through that zone the hard way? You see what I'm saying? It's not like flying at that point takes away from the experience. It just allows you to get done what needs to get done quicker, because while you're leveling on one toon, you still have stuff to do on the first toon, because you still have dailies, you still have upgrades, you still have stuff that needs to get done. You still have stuff that needs to get done. So adding that artificial wait time to get from point A to point B. I've talked about this before. Getting from point A to point B should be easy and efficient. When it gets to the point where it's a hassle, that's when people start to become annoyed, to the point where they start to clock out on annoying things. This quest only lasts for as many items as I need to complete it, and then I'm done. With flying, until they add it to the game, you're just missing out. And that's where I think at 6.2, where people that were in the game originally when Draenor launched are going to start becoming annoyed. Because by the time 6.2 comes out, you will have leveled multiple toons if you were there that time. And when you farm, you just want to get done, because as I mentioned, there's other things to do. Now there's another point that I want to bring up, which is a moral, ethical issue. A hot topic is day one DLC for console games, or for games in general. The reasoning behind it is that if the content was available day one and the person paid maximum price for the game and sometimes an additional fee to access the game, then why wasn't that content in the game to begin with? Because technically you've already paid for it. Because the development time for it, everything should have been in that $60 or how much ever you paid for it. With World of Warcraft, this time you're bumping into the same situation. You pay a subscription for the game. You pay for the expansion. If flying is enabled, if flying is an ability that's able to be done, then why can't players access it? You can only put it off for so long without crossing, in my opinion, that moral, ethical line. And there are some people that are talking about keeping flying out until the end of the expansion. To me, that's insane. 2 years? There is absolutely, as much as I love this game, there is no way. I just don't see myself enjoying. I played, as I said, Draenor in the beta. And it's fun. It's absolutely fun. But I played it with the expectation in my mind that within at least a couple of months after the expansion, I'd be able to fly. You start telling me that I can't fly until the end of the expansion, I'm going to have a problem with why you didn't disclose that in the beginning, because I would have probably, you know, a lot of people would probably postpone getting back into the game until it was closer to being able, you know, the flying abilities were in, because it's just that damn important to them. They enjoy using their flying mounts and flying and seeing things from above. It's a completely different experience. So, yeah, I think it's time that the developers, we need to compromise now. And we need to get an answer, straight up answer. What patch? 6.2, in my opinion, is where it's going to start becoming annoying. 6.3, you're pissing me off at that point. So let me know, what do you guys think? There are some games that don't have flying in them. I have no problem with that because it's not there. But they messed up when they gave us flying. I think that it's great that flying is there. I sympathize with them wanting people to see the zones, but the maps are out. There's no new content coming to these maps. There is no reason past 6.3 not to fly, in my opinion. At that point, you're just giving me a cooldown that I don't need. There's just no reason. So let me know what you guys think. I will put a link in the description for the other things that are coming in 6.1. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know if you like the video or not. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, looking at the videos, sharing them, interacting with me, liking them. It allows me to do what I love, and I would not be able to do it without you. Links in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one.